Quest Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of Tempest by Andrew Hastie, narrated by Rupert Degas. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, O brave new world that has such people in. Chapter 1. Moctezuma, Mexico Valley, 1519. On an island in the middle of Lake Texcoco stood the city of Tenochtitlan. With over 200,000 inhabitants, it was one of the largest cities in the world, being nearly 5 times the size of Henry VIII's London. This was the epicenter of the Aztec Empire, which had expanded to an estimated population of over 5 million in the last 100 years. At its heart was the palace of Moctezuma II, a grand building containing 2 zoos, an aquarium, and a botanical garden. In one of its many richly decorated rooms stood the throne of the fire serpent. Fashioned from volcanic stone, the surface is carved with reliefs of terrifying gods and rituals of human sacrifice. Moctezuma, a stern-faced man in his mid-40s, sat proudly upon his throne, his leather-brown chest proudly bearing the fine scars of old blood rituals. Around his neck he wore a dazzling golden collar embedded with turquoise and other precious stones. His headdress and cloak were made from brightly coloured quetzal feathers, and the fingers of both hands were adorned with finely crafted gold rings. He looked every inch the 9th emperor of the Aztec Empire. Moctezuma's hooded eyes barely blinked as the captive was ushered into the chamber by an entourage of heavily tattooed warriors, each carrying a club fletched with obsidian. The nobles and priests of his court gaped in amazement at the prisoner's white skin and blonde hair. This was the first Westerner they had ever seen. They called him Tlacatecuhiti, or one who comes from across the sea, although no one had actually seen him arrive by boat, nor were there any reports of him travelling through their kingdom. The stranger was a giant, taller than most of his men by nearly a head. He was dressed in a long leather coat and breeches, with black boots that finished just below the knee. His fair complexion showed hardly any sign of being touched by the sun, not an easy thing to avoid when travelling the long, arduous journey from the coast. "My lord," the stranger addressed him fluently in their native tongue, "I come before you with the deepest respect and humility."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?